Why, Kermit? Why did they have to do it again?
I know, Gino. I know this looks bad.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Crossin Streams. As always, I am your host, the real Gino Reynolds, and today, it's days like today that I don't like doing this because I have to talk about something that I love in a bad way. I felt the same way after watching Muppets Most Wanted. And I'm about to talk about the Muppets yet again. Today, I want to talk about the new Disney Plus series Muppets Now, the first episode, because that is all that is out. Episode 1, entitled Due Date. What this show is about is the Muppets basically want to start a YouTube channel. And they all have different ideas. Of course, there must be some money behind this because they're able to get guest stars and they're able to put a lot of money into the sets. They got nice sets and everything else, a lot of equipment and everything else. But Kermit is talking to Scooter, and Scooter's I guess you could call him the webmaster or whatever. He's the one putting the videos up, but everybody has their own ideas and they have notes and everything else. But Scooter's telling them we got to put everything up now, like there's a due date or something on online videos. And what we get is a few different versions of these web series that the Muppets want to put together. And I hate to say it. I hate saying it. It feels forced. It feels so forced. And I hate saying that because I love the Muppets so much. I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here. In 2011, when the Muppets movie came out, the Jason Segel one, that movie was such a love letter to the Muppets that part of me wanted it just to end there. No more Muppets, right? Not talking about like Sesame Street or anything like that. I know they're Muppets too. I'm talking about the Muppets. The Muppet Show Muppets. I'm like, let's end it here because you can't do anything better, I don't think. Then Muppets Most Wanted came out, and I know I got lambasted online for ripping into it because how dare I rip into the Muppets, but I was only harsh to that movie because I love the Muppets so much. After seeing the 2011 Muppets movie, I wanted more of that, and we haven't gotten it since. Now, I will say I never got to see the Muppets TV series, but from the looks of it, it looks like they were trying to be The Office, kind of doing we're going to follow you around your work and your performances and everything else. And I'm sure there were some storylines and everything in there and that, but I never got to see it, so I can't really judge that, but apparently it didn't do too well because it didn't last very long. So this Muppets Now comes out, and it's doing kind of the same thing, and I know the Muppets need to evolve. I know you can't do the Muppet Show forever, right? I'm all about evolving, but I think the biggest problem with this is it's just okay. See, Muppets, before the 2011 movie, the Muppets were definitely stale. They did so many made-for-TV movies, and not a lot of them were very good. They just kept putting the Muppets name on things, and some of them were fine, but they were kind of stale. Then the 2011 movie came out and just reinvigorated the Muppets, but it's because that movie had a ton of heart and character development and everything else that, it worked. And then they made Muppets Most Wanted, and it felt like one of the like they gave a bigger budget to one of the TV movies where you could have bigger stars in it and everything. But it just felt like one of those forced Muppets movies that they had on network television. And again, I didn't see the Muppets, the Muppets period. I guess you could call it that because it's got the period at the end. So Muppets Now, it pretty much falls in the same category as, well, we got to adapt to the times. What can we do? I think one of the biggest problems with this is just not that funny. You have a few different shows. They give, of course, Miss Piggy gets a fashion show. Swedish Chef gets a cooking show. They have a show called like Secret Talents, which I think is going to be an ongoing thing. And that one yielded really the only funny joke to me, even though all it was a meme. And you probably know where I'm going with this, but you have Kermit's secret talent is supposed to be photography, and he's like, no, it's photo bombing, and it shows him photo bombing Sam the Eagle, and then one of the photo bombs is the meme of Kermit drinking the tea. Again, it was a bright spot, but it was a meme that it's an overused joke, even though it's a good one. They used it. Then they have a show where Kermit's interviewing somebody. He's interviewing RuPaul, and people keep interrupting that actually know more about RuPaul than Kermit does. They kind of fan out towards RuPaul. So that's basically it. It's them putting together all these different little things on this, basically a YouTube channel. And I don't know how this is going to work. It's not something I'm going to like look forward to. Would I turn it on here and there maybe to see if it gets better? But if they're doing episodes with this, again, this episode was about getting all the shows on this YouTube channel. I don't remember what they called it, but it's basically YouTube. It's about them getting it on this channel on time. What's the next episode going to be? I don't know. But after seeing this episode, I can't really say I'm looking forward to it. There wasn't, and granted, I understand. I know, from what I understand with that ABC series, they kind of tried to do something way too different and people didn't like it. That's at least what I remember hearing about it. So maybe they didn't want to stray too far away from the Muppets, but like from what the Muppets, like core Muppets is supposed to be. But this one, it just didn't really do anything. You know what the characters are going to do, and it just wasn't that funny. And it's so unfortunate because, again, I hate saying this. I hate saying this about the Muppets. I love the Muppets so much, and I hate it. I hate talking about it like this, but would I recommend checking it out? If you got Disney Plus, sure. Give it a look. I mean, maybe you'll disagree with me, but I just didn't really find any real great humor in it. I mean, look at something like Sesame Street. They've been able to adapt in the right ways. The Muppets seems to be kind of stuck. Again, I think they did the perfect movie. I mean, The Muppets from 2011, it was one of my favorite movies of that year, and it's still a great movie. I've watched it recently. It's still great. But the shows that they're coming out with, and I might check out the Muppets ABC series just to get a look at it. Maybe, I mean, granted, it ain't going anywhere because it got canceled, but maybe I'll check it out. But this Muppets Now, and maybe the Muppets are just trying to adapt to the younger generation, but the stuff's just not funny. I'm not saying they have to come out with the most intelligent humor ever, but man, I feel like the series is missing the heart of the Muppets. It's just like, hey, we have these Muppets, this is what they do. I feel like it's missing something. And if it finds it, this might work. But as for this first episode, season 1, episode 1 due date, Muppets Now is, unfortunately, as of right now, a miss for me. That's going to be all for this edition of Crossin Streams. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel. Like this video. You have anything to say about Muppets Now, episode 1 due date, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Till next time, I am your host, the real Gino Reynolds. See you later.